This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Philadelphia Eagles. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Off we go from South Philly. Velus Jones now on the return. Whoa. Not much on the return. No stopping that. The 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Throwing to begin, it's Hurts. He's going to test this secondary right away. And that is incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
Barkley's got the first down and more. A terrific run finally brought down. He's inside the 35-yard line. It is a big play for the Eagles. 52 yards.
Well, how about that for a statement on your opening drive, Mike? I mean, we knew coming in that they wanted to get this run game going, but man, boy, did they ever.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Great. Set. Elton.
Thrown quickly on the RPO to Bowers. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
Great. Set. On anyone else? Elton.
On the ground, this is Barkley. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Elliott's kick is good. And the Eagles are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
Ready. 18. Cougar 19.
To throw right away, here's Milrow. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
2nd and 10.
Ready. Dragon, 68, 79 Broncos.
Send a man in motion right.
Ready.
On second down, Milroe. Exiting the pocket right. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll get forward. Give him about 4 yards before getting out of bounds. And that's going to bring up third down.
That's a smart play. Second down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable third down.
After 60, go.
Milroe on third down. Back over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21. First down, Seattle.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Throwing now, Milroe on first down. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Hey, Crash. 60 Maverick, 60.
On second down, here's Milroe. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. A gain there of 15. First down, Seattle.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and
8. Second down, 8 yards to go.
Let's go.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Now to tap this one forward, the receiver heading left. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
Ready, check.
Third and a yard.
Ready.
They'll run with Walker. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks move out to a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
No touch that. No touch.
They'll fake the give. Now it's Hurts. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And it will bring him down on the other side of midfield. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
At the 48-yard line.
Thrown quickly, RPO, that's Taylor. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
A run with Barkley. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. Julian Love brings him down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Go, set. 63. Whatever you want. Hey, easy. 63, back.
They'll run the counter with Barkley. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
I like that call on 3rd down, keeping the ball on the ground. You see so often these defenses, Mike, on 3rd down, they bring out more defensive backs. They bring out some smaller bodies. They're anticipating 3rd down pass. There's a lot of opportunities to take advantage of it with 3rd down run. We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12.
Go Silver, ready?
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And they'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yards, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 11.
Off the play fake. Hurts. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball. And it is 4th down.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 56-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. Panther 60, Panther 60. Viking 18. Lions. Ready,
From the shotgun, it's Milroe. And he'll be marched down at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 16 yards. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. On first down, it's Hurts. And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
20-yard line.
Throwing is Hurts. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll be third down.
There's certain guys, Mike, that have earned the right to make those tight window throws. And that doesn't mean that he's not going to get himself into trouble from time to time, but we've seen throughout his career his ability to make throws that other guys are either uncomfortable or unable to make is a big reason why he's kind of in a class all of his own.
On fourth down, here's Matt Ariza to punt. Jaquan Jackson deep to return. And this is a pretty good result. That kick will head out of bounds.
At their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's first and 10. So the Eagles will use their first time out here, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
Here we go, here we go. Cougar Knights Warrior 70.
They bring their tight end right. On first down, it's Milroe. He'll get this complete to Walker. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. On the run to the right. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Seahawks first down. A gain of 5. First down, Seahawks.
Ready.
Ball out to the 35-yard line as they come up for first and 10.
Gotta be locked, gotta be raised. Not saying 19.
They motion a receiver right.
Go.
Now Milroe on first down. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch. than it does after a drop.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
To the air, it's Milrow. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Cougar night. Bronco 80.
From the pistol, here's Walker. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd, as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. Velus Jones back deep. This one's going to be down inside the 20-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He's going to air this one out, and that's going to be intercepted by Tariq Woolen. And he won't be able to take it all the way in, but that is a great return, and they are set up 1st and goal.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their...
That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Seahawks. He's up to 21 touchdowns now. What a campaign. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Once again, it's Barkley. And a much better result here. Give him 7, and it sets up 3rd down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half, you become very one-dimensional, you become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up first and 10. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And at other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
And their only realistic chance to end the half with points is to throw the ball near the sideline, gain as many yards as you can, and then hopefully either get yourself in position to kick the field goal or at the very least in position where you can attempt a Hail Mary.
Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. 13 yards on that pass play. Good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Hurts again. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Reek Woolen. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway.
Okay, ready? Here we go, here we go.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion.
Ready, ready?
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. A nice pickup moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. From the 41, here's second down and 4.
Ready? Warrior 70. Viking 18. Ready?
Milrow. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Open man is Horton. It's caught. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far. But that one gives him a first down.
Panther 60. Panther 6. 19.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Milrow gonna look to run it himself. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's second down.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
From the 46, here's second down and 5.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Panther 11. Panther 11. Go.
Out of the gun, it's Milrow. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
set.
3rd and 6.
Go. Cowboy 80.
From the gun, it's Milrow. To the left side and is caught by Horton. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Ready.
On play action, Milrow. Moving outside the pocket. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll take this one in. Torrey Horton. Touchdown, Seattle. Now the point after try from Myers. His kick is good. And the Seahawks will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Ready, set. Trimmer.
They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
That's caught. Saquon Barkley. Now he's loose down the right sideline. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35. Big time play for Philly. A pickup of 44 yards.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard
No
line.
touch that.
On 1st down, it's Hurts. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
Moving to his left. He's able to keep his eyes downfield for the completion. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 15-yard pickup there. 1st down, Philadelphia. Hurts using the pop pass. And it's going to be 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
No touch that. No touch.
This one caught at the 4. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag back in the backfield. Is it a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? What a critical flag. Roughing the passer, it sets up 1st and goal. They'll go with the sneak. Looking to squeeze into a crease somewhere. Did not break the plane. They're going to mark him short. From the 1, 2nd and goal.
Ready. Hut.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Saquon Barkley, touchdown Philadelphia.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Now Hurts. That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Mustang 19, Warriors, Viking 18, Dragon 60.
Slot man in motion right. They'll throw on first down with Milroe. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Milroe throwing on second down. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. Give him 16 there, and a first down. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Man in motion, heading right. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, break. Here we go, here we go.
Walker now gets us going here in the fourth quarter. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A gain there of 20. First down, Seattle.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Not much happening there, just a short game.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up second and
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 9.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Regular play action now with Milroe. That is caught, and he'll take it on in. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seahawks. Touchdown number 9 for the year. Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a first and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts.
past mistakes he made earlier in the game still lingering in the back of his mind. You can tell he's being a little bit more conservative. He doesn't want to risk throwing a third interception and kind of just throws this one away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
No, set. On anyone,
On the handoff, this is Barkley. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Saquon. And that's not going to work either. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That one caught by Smith. Still going. And he will take this one in. 75 yards. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Seahawks 31, Eagles 21.
Even with 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.